this country took up the cause of protecting more of our people from gun violence. Families that know unspeakable grief summoned the courage to petition their elected leaders. By now, it's well known that 90% of the American people support universal background checks that make it harder for a dangerous person to buy a gun. We're talking about convicted felons, people convicted of domestic violence, people with a severe mental illness. 90% of Americans support that idea.
It's the Gun Trafficking Prevention Act of 2013. The bill would make firearms trafficking a federal crime. It would also impose stronger penalties against people who buy guns for convicted felons and others who are banned from buying guns on their own.
Police say 24-year-old Dawn Young supplied the guns used to ambush 4 firefighters on Christmas Eve. She bought the guns for her neighbor, William Spangler, back in 2010.
Live at 6, Eyewitness News reporter Walt Hunter is in Plymouth Township, Montgomery County, with the details.
Well, Chris, Officer Brad Fox's car remains draped in black. However, his handcuffs were very much in use today on the wrists of suspect Mike Henry, who's accused of selling the gun that was used to kill the officer to his killer.
At 6, he bought the gun that was used to shoot 2 Milwaukee police officers.
Prosecutors say Collins went to Badger Gun in West Milwaukee and bought a pistol. Then, for a $40 profit, prosecutors say he gave it to Julius Burton, the man accused of shooting police officers Graham Kunish and Brian Norberg near 2nd and Walker.
This issue is extremely personal for me. A year and a half ago, I lost my nephew, Christopher Cummings, to a senseless act of gun violence.
Look, we need to change the culture in America that says it's really no big deal to buy a gun for someone else. That's not a proper culture for our country. And as a lifetime member of the NRA, as a firearm owner, and as a father, and really as a grandfather, I've got a problem with people who break the law using firearms because it inevitably puts pressure on my rights.
We've made it very difficult for law enforcement to stop the flow of guns to criminals, and we've made it easy for criminals to get their hands on guns.
I know that my Pennsylvania Police Chiefs Association, prosecuting attorneys that I've been part of federal law enforcement officers that I've had the great ability to work side by side, have all joined together in support of this important legislation.
One of the things that I'm concerned about, a lot of times when we have disagreements, we concentrate on the disagreement, but we don't concentrate on the agreement. Right. And then we end up doing nothing, absolutely nothing.
Exactly.